This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and today we're in Lakewood, Colorado. I'm here at the Real Estate Training Center. Since 1969, they have been the innovators in home study education. I'm here with Brent Hayes, who is the Director of Operations. Thanks so much for joining us, Brent. Let's start off a little bit about yourself, if you will, Brent. Share with me, you've been here for over a couple decades here with the organization. Tell me what it is that got you involved with the folks here.
Real Estate Training Center did start in 1969. It happens that it's my stepfather who founded the organization in the basement of his home in Arvada to seek and make sure he had quality salespeople at that time working for him, and it grew from there. I came on shortly after graduation, 1978. Started in the back room putting the material together, and over the years I've had my hands dabbled in just about everything. From the printing, we actually did our own printing at one point, to research, writing questions, just the whole gamut of it. So.
And quite a few things have changed, I imagine. I mean, obviously, real estate is an industry that continues to grow, not only nationwide, but here booming in Denver as well. It can be lucrative. It can be very rewarding. Why do you think this still is a very popular profession for folks to get into?
People, quite frankly, want a piece of the action. I mean, you're dealing with a small piece of the world, literally, and it can be, as you said, lucrative. The only fallback, the only bad part about that is people see Gary making a good living in it, and that draws them in. We're very curious, and sometimes we don't know how to explain it. But I want a piece of the action that Gary's got. What we stress to our students is that it won't happen overnight. Colorado, in fact, is one of the toughest states in the nation to get your real estate license.
I had no idea of that. I mean, like you say, many folks want in the industry, but not all are going to be able to pass that test. I mean, quite honestly, passing that exam is critical to getting things started. Why is it important for folks to line themselves up with an organization like yourself rather than going it alone?
Number one is they have to align themselves up with an approved provider. There are several. They have a choice. We want to be that choice, of course. Sure. We have a very comprehensive 168-hour broker program, which is nothing different than any other provider presents. We like to think that we present it better than our competition does. We are willing from get-go to the end and after, including continuing education. We want to build a relationship. We're not here just to get you your education, to get you past the state exam, and to get you into the business. We are constantly updating our program. We're constantly updating our materials, bringing on new relevant subjects. You name it. It is an industry that requires constant update.
Absolutely. I mean, I see that, quite honestly, we're a single licensed state here of Colorado, yet it's a very difficult exam. Touch on a little bit more why it's so difficult here in this particular state.
In this state, Colorado, going way back, became one of the first states to require approved forms instead of having an attorney or someone of that ilk, of that profession, draw up the forms. Conway-Bogue Act of 1957 actually is the one that brought this in, says we're going to have everybody use a standardized form, so there's no question as to what's in the contract. Of course, like anything else, it evolved, and it continues to evolve. Just kind of in short, by the time a student gets through the 168-hour program, I don't care where they go, they will have the equivalency of an associate degree in real estate law.
That is amazing. I mean, so we're talking about somebody who's brand new, never have studied real estate before. They're taking a real estate pre-license course. Share with me, just touch on a little bit of the information they're going to be learning in that course.
They're going to learn, of course, definition of real property versus personal property. They'll learn various governmental controls like easements, eminent domain. They move on into closings, how to conduct and go over a closing. Even though today a lot of that's done on across the internet with software and what have you, they'll learn how to do it hands-on, how to look over the paperwork. It goes on into settlements, the idiosyncrasies of settlements. You're dealing with people's money. You're dealing with people's lives.
I mean, that's one thing. I mean, you're dealing with, it's big business. We're talking about transactions that are rather substantial. Is there actually a background check that is required for the state of Colorado before you even enter this type of industry?
In addition to passing a two-part state exam with a minimum score, there is also you submit your fingerprints. There is a background check. They check you out. CBI in this case runs you through, and that's not to scare anybody. It's just that they are doing, as we are doing, to protect the integrity of the industry. And most people don't have a problem with it. If somebody thinks that maybe they've done something in the past that might affect what they're doing, we refer them to the Real Estate Commission and ask them. The commission, they're there to help. They're not going to condemn you. They will give you straightforward answers, and so you can move forward in your profession and join Gary in making those bucks. You know, so. We're able to answer any questions that they may have in most of the time. If we can't, again, we'll refer them to the Real Estate Commission and say, ask them, and ask them just like you asked us.
Interesting. So you've got somebody really in your corner there. Obviously, before they actually take the PSI broker exam, they, like you said, they have to line themselves up with someone so they can walk in with that certificate. That really is your entrance into that door.
That is the entrance into the door. Also, Colorado requires that they have a sponsoring broker, that they have someone that they're already going to be going to work for before they even apply for their license, and that has to be submitted with the license application.
Then we basically take the exam, pass the exam, hopefully. This has to be a time for a little bit of celebration, not only between the family and the individual, but even the instructors and your entire team kind of probably celebrate that success as well.
Oh, we do. We really do. We celebrate with them. Of course, not everybody passes it the first time. It's designed that way. Again, to maintain the integrity and the quality of the people that are getting in to the industry. We're there from get-go to the end. We do, to help them out, for our 168-hour program, we do have what we call the Assured Passing Plan, which says that if you follow our steps, our procedures, do what we tell you to do, easier said than done sometimes, that we guarantee you'll pass that state exam, or you can come back as many times as it takes, no charge, to get you through that.
That is fantastic. Let's go back a little bit here. You talked about some of the information they're going to learn in that course there. Let's talk about how it's learned. We're talking about, are we talking about in-person courses? Are we talking about live, online? Are we able to actually access and utilize some of this technology where it's available 24/7?
We offer our 168-hour and our other continuing education courses in three formats. Okay. We do offer it live. We offer it online in printer-friendly PDF, so you don't have to search through a video or anything to find it. We also offer it on CD. So we've got three avenues. We also offer it if you just want the books. You can do it the books. So right there we've got four methods that you can take. It's go at your own pace. We give you 6 months to complete any course that we offer. I mean, you've got pretty much a way for any type of person how they want to learn. I mean, basically, like you say, books or online or in person, you name it. And once again, these are 100% Colorado approved and regulated courses. Is that correct? 100% state approved by the state of Colorado, and for our national offerings. Those are 100% approved for the courses that we have by each individual state.
I love it. I mean, it's a go at your own pace situation here. We're talking about you can really be trained up 24/7 from anywhere. You can be not only here in the state of Colorado, but you could be in another state and actually be getting ready for this exam.
Absolutely. And of course, each state, speaking on the national level, has their own parameters and requirements for licensing. Again, that's covered in all the courses that we do offer for the pre-licensing. It depends on the state. But yes, you're guided by the hand through the entire process.
Excellent. Why was it important for you to include the CAM training? Why is that type of management kind of a necessity out there in the real world?
The CAM training was actually instigated by the homeowner association industry back in 2007. It was initially brought up that they wanted to get licensing to get some regulation, and personal opinion is to lend some credibility to the position. Right. Prior to being licensed, anybody could do it. Any reason for why they really pushed to get the licensing, from a bunch of complaints to incompetency, if you will. But frankly, they wanted to bring it more into the realm of regulation, accountability. We are one of a few providers, approved providers. We saw it coming down the pike, if you will, and we made a concerted effort that we were going to offer this course. We have an excellent 24-hour course, which is also offered live and online and on CD. We have plus continuing education. It was really it was an honor and a privilege to be approved to present that brand new course straight out of the box. Wow. Nobody had ever done it before, and we're privileged to be among the few that do offer it in the state.
Like you say, you basically had the foresight to see that coming down. You embraced it and decided, let's get on board with it and be the best at it. That is fantastic. Obviously, one of the elements of your success here of the organization is in the quality of your instructors. Obviously, I guess the instructors are only successful if the students are successful, and that's what really keeps you going.
Yes, the instructors that we have on board, both as full-time per se and as adjunct professors, are really experts in each individual field. I mean, from mortgage and finance to actual real estate to appraisal, economics. They are, in our humble opinion, the top of the line, and we're happy to have them on right now. We've got, including the adjuncts and what have you, we have several out there that are just ready and chomping at the bit. So.
Excellent. I mean, like we said earlier, the gaining of that license, passing that test, that is the start of a great career, but it's only a start because, like you said, you're creating relationships here with folks. You're not pushing them in and pushing them out. We're talking about continuing education because laws are changing constantly. Not only that, but let's say you've got somebody out there that has a license that has lapsed. They needed to get it renewed. Absolutely. These are areas that you can help with as well.
Oh, most definitely. We are a full-service real estate education provider, and that just says it right there. I mean, if you need it, we've got it. If we don't, we'll point you actually in the direction where you need to go.
Excellent. That is great. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, we're talking about a company that's been around since 1969. We're talking about over 40 years they've been providing this service. And really, it's a family-owned and operated, you could say, because it's in the family that he's worked pretty much every aspect of the company here, and you know it inside and out. Take a look at the website. You can see all the different type of classes they offer out there, be it your broker classes or renewing classes or the CAM classes we talked about there. You can also see there if you want to check it out and get your hands in it, you can do a free demo right there as well. I mean, you can go through it and get an idea of what it's all going to be like it for you, and understand they've got payment plans in place too if something out there is something you need as well. This really is a company that is there in your corner at a pretty critical time, yet exciting time of your life. I mean, let me ask you, you've been doing it here yourself. quarter of a century here. You've probably seen quite a few folks come in and out of the doors here. Does it get you still excited to see both young and old able to see their dream realized and get out there in the real estate world?
We celebrate pretty much just as much as they do. The youngest student that came through that I recall was only 16. You can't get a license till you're 18. But this young person had the intestinal fortitude to get started, knew what they wanted to do. The most advanced age, if I may, was 83. Just that thirst for knowledge, that keep the gray matter moving, and everything from all walks of life.
Were both of those, were they able to go through the program and succeed and pass the exam?
To the best of my knowledge, they were.
That is fantastic. I mean, so quite honestly, that proves right there that regardless of the technology that's at hand, it's on the cutting edge for the young folks, but yet at the same time, pretty easily navigational wise for folks out there, be it a book or a PDF, like you said.
Absolutely, and we walk them through whether it is through the book or PDF or the live, step by step. The important part is that they, we've been doing this for a while. We got a pretty good handle on what it takes and how to do it. If you follow every stepping stone that we put in front of you, you won't have any problems other than what would be normal. Everybody learns at a different rate. Sure. If the online isn't good for you, or what have you, we do have the live classes. We try to schedule them to be convenient. As it started, we were actually going back. We were the first school in the state of Colorado to be approved to offer it on VHS.
That is amazing. I mean, you guys have come a far way. We're talking about VHS all the way now to online courses. Absolutely. That is wonderful. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen. We're talking about a company in 1969. They're a full-service firm, basically, like you said. This is full-service real estate school here. And quite honestly, the success of the company is only whether you are successful as well. I mean, folks out there getting involved in the real estate market, this has to be exciting for you on the back end as well.
Oh, it is. It is, and just seeing them come in, whether they've had relatives or have them been involved themselves on the fringes of real estate, to actually see them accomplish the goal of becoming a credentialed real estate licensee is you really can't describe it.
That is exciting. I mean, like I said, it's a very exciting industry. Last time, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their contact information. It's as easy as a phone call, or maybe just click them right there, and they will give you all the information that you need. Once again, this is the Real Estate Training Center, the innovators in home study education. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here at City Wine. For over 2 decades, they have been Denver's best and most unique wine shop. I am here with the current owner, just taken over here. Kind of exciting business to be a part of. Why don't you share with me a little bit how it is you got involved in this particular industry?
We have in and out of Colorado our whole life, actually living in Texas, and kind of retiring from what I was doing there. And we were looking at an opportunity to find something unique we wanted to do, and ran across this store being for sale. And what I liked about it is the uniqueness of it. It's the traditional old wine boutique store. It is not, we're not a big discount liquor store type idea, and it just fit the mold really well.
Wonderful. I mean, it's quite amazing that today and all the different drinks that we have, wine is something we can trace all the way back to biblical times, be it enjoying at a feast of a wedding or possibly sipping between two people. Why do you think the popularity of wine continues to grow today?
I think it's something that's come along a long ways, and especially in the United States, as we have learned, California started it, bringing in wines from Europe and started growing their own vineyards. I think we have, when I grew up as a youngster in my 20s and 30s, my age group probably didn't drink a lot of wine. And the younger people now are really do enjoy that. And I think my years, once upon a time, I was at Vail years ago, and I had around the influence of the Europeans and how much they drink it. They drink it like we drink a Coke or a Diet Coke or something all day long. They love it.
Well, obviously, by tasting some of the wines, kind of makes it easier for helping the folks that walk in with their selection. Is that something you enjoy? Kind of listen to what people like and then direct them in the right way.
You know, that's our goal. Is that a lot of it is you can overeducate yourself to my extent. You know, too much knowledge. Find yourself something that's really nice, what you like about it. Most of the customers come in here. That's their goal. What tastes good with this? What can we do with that? You know, the ones that really put a lot of time into it, the history they're on, they know what they're looking for. They understand the regions of France and Italy and Spain, and so for them it's an easy. But for most of your customers, you're just going to give them a flavor that they want to find and say, okay, this kind of fits that flavor. This fits that taste for you.
Obviously, by seeking out the bottles really across the globe, not so much focusing on the bigger names out there, but looking for things that are rare finds as well, are you able to offer value to folks that come in looking for a good bottle of wine?
Well, and that's what's very unique about our distributors. Our guys focus on these small vineyards, the family vineyards. Consequently, we're able to get very good price points. We get a very quality wine. You know, it's amazing how many really, really good wines fit in the $10 to $20 range. You know, you can still buy your aged wines, and you're paying for that aging to get on up there. But there's quite a few. Even our cabs in the United States, there's a lot in that $20 to $30 range that are very good. You don't need to get fooled by that big price makes it a better wine. We have our little display behind us here that we keep that's things we're able to buy, good values. We basically sell at a case at a very discounted price, but the quality of those wines is fantastic. I mean, it's very good.
That is wonderful. You said by the case. One of the things pretty well known for is a mixed case special that is run. Obviously, this is kind of a way to mix and match what you find on the wine wall. Is that something that is pretty popular?
Yes, you know, and we have several very loyal customers. And they'll walk in, and we have a couple ladies that I really enjoy that are seniors, they're in their 80s easily, and they come in and they'll just call and say, go to the wall and mix me a case of the mix and matches, and they come get it and we take it out to them, or sometimes we deliver it to them, the people that can't get here. And it's fun, and a lot of people really enjoy it. It's a nice way to do it, and it's a great value.
It's a way to go when you're going to mix and match there. I see a lot of folks anymore, they want that same selection in their own home. We're talking about home cellars. Is this a place that you guys are able to consult with them a little bit and possibly help them stock up that cellar?
We do. We do carry, particularly in our French lines and things like that, we do carry some vintage wines that go back to the 1990s even, 1990s, early 2000s. A lot of these people do buy it with the intent that they're going to put it in a cellar. It's going to sit there 10 years. That's their goal. And a lot of those people, we're not so much focused as we have something here on the rack for them, but if they'll call me and say, hey, I'm looking for 6 bottles of XYZ at a certain vintage, then we get on the phone and run it down for them. And that's what's kind of fun. We're able to find those things for them and say, yeah, we can run that down.
Excellent. What about folks who come in here, find something they like, maybe they're not even from the area? Are you able to actually ship and deliver this out to their home if need be?
Yes. Of course, Colorado is like all states. They all have their rules and restrictions, but majority of the states, we're able to ship things directly from the store to them. It has to come to the store first, and then we can ship out. But we do that quite a bit. Matter of fact, a lot of our friends in Texas have already called, and so we're going to start getting shipments out of their direction pretty quick.
That is very cool. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their contact information. First of all, you can see the address, easily accessible right off here of Colorado Boulevard. And take a look. They've got specials they run throughout the month. The best way, obviously, is to be part of their email newsletter. And what you're going to find there is basically what specials they have, possibly new wines that they have found as well. And obviously, if you're not sure what kind of wine you like, come on in. They've got some Saturday tastings going on, and you can find what it is that piques your palate. Obviously, wine is what they're known for here. It's city wine, but we are in Colorado. You talked about craft beer. Is that something we're going to see a little bit more of?
We're going to see a little bit more of that. We're waiting for some new coolers to come in for us, and when they get here, we're going to start carrying the Colorado craft beer particularly. Also, some other areas of the United States that makes a craft beer. The younger people really enjoy that, and it's something that they can walk in and buy, and we enjoy having it too.
That is wonderful. Let me ask you this. This is a new chapter in your life here. Obviously, going to keep it a community store. That is what really gravitated you and your partner to come on out and experience this. Has it been an enjoyable prospect so far?
Yes, it has. I mean, it's you've got a lot of people when something changes, they're always a little leery, but we've had great response from the customers that have been here for a long time. When we're kind of assuring them we're doing the same thing that they've always had done. And it's been nice. Most of them have been very receptive and very encouraging about trying to help us make this thing work.
That is wonderful. Last time, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. You got a contact information right there. Check them out on Facebook as well. They're trying to keep you apprised of possibly any events they have down here, as well as wine tasting. Once again, this is a City Wine community store that began over 2 decades ago. That is City Wine, located here in Denver, Colorado.